Yeah, right. So that's why I'm just going to be doing the Canadian race for you. So we're going to get straight into it here. Super wet start with everyone basically on the inters by the Haas, which ended up playing out for them in the end. But, you know, it was a kind of chaotic first few laps. George got off to a pretty good start. Could control the cars behind for his first, half a stint. Was doing pretty well, keeping Max behind. Didn't seem like Max had an answer for him at the time. McLaren were pretty quick once they got those tyres into the windows and they, started coming through. But a big winner for the first few laps was the Haas's, with K-Mag going from P14 to P5 in the first two laps. But then once the Inters checked out, it was a bit of a survival game for him, and he ended up pitting and going back to P14. So didn't really gain anything, but still a great few laps for him. Surprising there wasn't as much carnage as there was. I thought there'd be a lot more. They had Logan kind of go off, but regain. Yeah, Sergio, he was another race to forget for Sergio. Had his, ran into Gasly off the start. Nothing really happened there, but I'm surprised with how much water there was and everyone on the inters. I thought there'd be much more chaos, but it was actually kind of clean. I had Lando then coming through once, there was that bit of the dry line and his cars were kind of working. He just had so much pace. Both the McLarens were flying. Gets Max, and then the next lap gets George out of the lead. Kind of gets done by the safety car, but we'll go into that a little bit more. I feel this is where George lost the race in second position. He defended super hard against Lando, where Lando was so much quicker. Didn't defend as hard. I understand he's winning the race and he wants to win, but you're going to get past. That car was super, super fast, coming past him, and he's, over-defended, ended up running wide, and then losing out 2 positions in one go. So I think a bit better decision-making from George would have been, he could have probably kept second position, and then with the safety car coming out just a few laps after, he would have been, in the lead as McLaren didn't pit Lando. They kept him out for that extra lap and then pitted him, which I believe cost Lando the race. But even when they got onto the slicks, I didn't see them. They had the pace as they did on the inters. Still, he would have had position, race position, track position. It just didn't really work out for McLaren in that one. So, bit of a shame. But second place, he's 7 points off Charles now, and I think 60 points behind Max. So a super close championship so far. Hopefully it continues out this way, and we'll get a exciting finish of the year. And then kind of go on just a little touch on here with the Ferraris. Not the weekend that they would have predicted after Monaco, I don't believe. No pace all weekend, both out in Q2, and then both the cars DNFing, just no pace all weekend. A bit of a shame for Charles. Power unit problem. He probably could have attacked pretty well. He was there, he was holding on. I believe he was 11th or 12th, where Carlos was a little bit more behind. And then, power unit problems, so he's had to retire the car. And Sainz spinning, I believe, on the curve that he'd done it last year as well. Which is just, both of them didn't have the weekend that I believe they envisioned, especially coming off that Monaco win. The team would have been pretty high, but what can you do? It's racing. It's why we all watch it. It's why they all do it. It's one of those things. Got to touch on Albon as well. Probably one of the moves of the season, I would say so far. On Danny Rick, and squeezes past Ocon for the 2-1. Great move. Probably pretty lucky, because if he didn't make that move, he was probably running into the back of Ocon. So pretty lucky there, but it's the great move by Alex. Bit bad on luck to touch Carlos after that spin, and ended up finishing his race as well as he touched the wall. But what can you do? It's, same thing, luck of racing here. Safely car restart again. Max just looked in control from then on in. No one could catch him. I thought that Lando might have a bit of a better crack, but they just didn't have the pace to give it to him and kind of stick it. So pretty solid, solid drive there for Max. Really, kind of just was in the right place at the right time for everything, and then just done what Max does and just drives phenomenal all the time. After that, kind of a bit, everyone kind of staying in their same positions. It was good battling but between George and Lewis and George and Oscar. George and Oscar had some pretty tough battles there, touching at the last corner there. I think it was play on, just hard racing, which is what you want to see. And then, George had some good pace at the end of it. I thought Lewis was going to actually steam off. Sinner got past George and looked super fast, but just kind of must have overcooked the tyres, and that was it for him. George, comes back through, gets P3 for Mercedes' first podium of the year. So good for him. It could have been much more. I think he knows that. A bit of a sloppy race from George overall, but you take the podium. Even Lewis wasn't super happy with his race, but what can you do? This is probably the best pace they've had race-wise, I'd say, all year. Like, that's the highest they've both finished, so good for them. Pretty good race overall, I reckon. There was, a little chunk where it was a bit of a DRS train to the midfield and whatnot, but other than that, very good race, action the whole race. It's good when it's a wet race and it changes dynamics, goes from wet to dry. Just changed up, bringing more strategy into it, where everyone was pretty much on the same strategy, but still it throws a little bit of a spanner in the works and makes it more exciting for us at home to watch it. So I'll take that every day of the week. Bit of a break now for everyone, bit of a reset. So hope everyone enjoys this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Leave a comment or anything down below what you thought the race was like. So subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.